Bismillah, alhamdulillah, wa salawatu ala rasulillahi sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. The blessing of a long life. Life is a blessing from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. The longer the life, the more good deeds a person would accumulate. The Prophet sallallahu alayhi wa sallam was asked, who is the best person? And the Prophet sallallahu alayhi wa sallam responded, the one that has a long life with lots of good deeds. And this is what a long life enables a person to do, to increase the amount of deeds that they do. You know, subhanAllah, it was said that a person was offered $1 million, but the condition that he doesn't wake up the next morning. And the man, of course, refused. And then he said, then tomorrow is worth $1 million to you. Every minute is a gift from Allah. Every minute in this world is a gift from Allah that we can use to improve our akhirah, or to waste that time. Subhanallah. Many of the Sahaba radiallahu anhum, many of them were accepted Islam and they passed away when they were young. But they used the time that they had to please Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. You know, one of the Sahaba said, subhanallah, that he saw a shaheed passed away. A shaheed was, a person was martyred, became shaheed, and then he saw another person the year after becoming shaheed, and then, or just passing away normally. And then he saw in a dream that the person that passed away normally went to Jannah first. So he came to the Prophet ﷺ and he asked him, Ya Rasulullah, I saw such and such. And he said, the second person who died normally went to Jannah first. Didn't he fast an extra year? Didn't he pray so many fara'id prayers? Didn't he give so much more sadaqah? So all of these deeds were increased because of his long life. And look at the life of a person from the Ummah of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and look at the person of the people of Sayyidina Nuh alayhi salam. Sayyidina Nuh alayhi salam gave dawah for 950 years. That's a long life. And yet the Ummah of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam is between 60 and 70, according to the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, on average. But Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has given us during this time, Allah has given us nafahat, occasions, where the deeds are multiplied. So we should look for those deeds. Ramadan, the first 10 days of the Hijjah that are coming up. All of these opportunities that we can use to multiply the rewards for even if a person lives 100 years now, compared to the people that came before, that's nothing. But when we use our time effectively, and we use our time efficiently, and we benefit from the days that Allah has given us, then inshallah we will be able to please Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and meet Allah at least with the deeds that we did in the time that we were here in this world, that we used it in a way that was efficient, pleasing to Allah. Because it's an amana, right? Every minute that we're giving is a trust from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. It is from Allah. Inna lillahi wa inna ilayhi raji'un. We are from Allah and we will return to Allah. But we should use our life properly in good deeds, and we should also preserve our life. That means that I should be healthy, that I should look after my food. I shouldn't do things that damage my body, damage the things that Allah has given me. I should make sure I'm active, make sure that I'm benefiting from my body that Allah has given me, making sure I'm healthy. That means sometimes taking preventative measures, seeing a doctor, checking my blood pressure, checking my blood, checking all of these things that we should do to ensure that I am fulfilling the trust that Allah has given me. So we're not just looking at quantity of life, we're looking at quality of life. Subhanallah, a doctor was asked in the path of Allah, subhanallah, we heard him saying to a person, he said, yeah, Sheikh, you know, or if I smoke, people say I'll die early. And the guy was in the path of Allah, he didn't want to give him a fatwa. He said, I'm not going to talk about halal or haram, but I'm going to tell you about quality of life. If you smoke, I'm not telling you might die early or whatever, or halal or haram. I'm telling you your quality of life for sure will be less. Why? Because you will live a life of disease. And that's proven. So, subhanallah, we look for quantity, but that's not in our hands. So we look for quality. Make sure every day counts, every minute counts. How hard is it to say Subhanallah, Subhanallah sakhar lana hada when we get in the car? How easy is it to do wudu before we sleep? Every night the angels will make maghfirah for us, do dua for us. How easy is it to make sure that we're praying Salat al-Isha in Jama'ah, Salat al-Fajr in Jama'ah, so every night I'm in ibadah. These little things will ensure that my quality of life, no matter how long it is, will be, insha'Allah, a cause of pleasure of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala on the Day of Judgment. May Allah give us tawfiq to, inshallah, benefit from our time on this world and to use it effectively and efficiently, and inshallah to look after the trust that Allah has given us. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.